debut. 26 minutes in a Manchester United shirt and he's already on the score sheet. Player of the match, though?
Well, probably not, but he had the biggest impact on the game. That's the most important thing. I thought Bruno was Man United's best player. I thought actually Mazraoui had a good debut, actually, at right back. I thought he played pretty well. So, but when you get a big moment like that, you score a big goal right at the end, I think it often sways kind of the man of the match award. But that just shows you that Zirkzee, he's ready for this stage. Comes on, he's confident. And it's a huge moment for Man United. Need a goal scorer. Struggled to score goals last season. Højlund, Weber mentioned about Højlund. He's got great attributes, but he needs to be more clinical in front of goal. Looks like Zirkzee got 11 in the Serie A last season. Looks like he might be in the right place at the right time for a few of those this season.
What did you like most about him?
As I said before, asking the ball. Just give me the ball. It shows confidence, but also it shows you sometimes how football works. You score one goal, you're man of the match. Obviously, the goals are most important, but in this case, I agree with Owen, probably Casemiro or Bruno Fernandes deserved it more than him. But football, it is sometimes like this. You score a goal, you're man of the match. A lot of work to be done yet for him. As I can see from the interview, he was very shy in a way, so he's still finding his footing around the club, probably. But he's in the box, he's attacking the ball, he's asking for the ball. It's a good start for him, so he'll be probably buzzing. Ruud will be buzzing as well, probably telling him what he did right or wrong, so he'll be ready for the next game.
It was a night of missed chances. Up to that point, they needed someone to be clinical.
Yeah, and what I thought he did well, and there was talk about this is what he did previously, he likes to come into midfield, so when teams are sitting back and it's hard to break down, which I thought Man United struggled with tonight against the defence of Fulham, he comes into midfield, helps that creativity, and then finds a gap that he did for the goal. So I think that'll be key when teams sit a little bit deeper. He might be really key. When teams are a bit higher, I think Højlund might be the player then to stretch and run in behind. But it's a good option. And at the end of the day, he came on. They were struggling in that final third. He come on and got the winner and 1-0, great start.
Let's have a look at the goal and leave it up to the three of you to tell me what he did right here.
First of all, the turn from Bruno's amazing. It's brilliant, and it's what helps create the goal. And credit Zirkzee. Watch him in the middle of the picture there. He's with Bassi there. He just drops off. He knows where the space is. Good little turn there, play it out wide, and then get in the box. Garnacho had a huge impact on the game. Again, Casemiro sets it up. Whether it's a bit lucky, I don't think so. I think he means it. But this turn from Bruno is brilliant. And again, if you're filming, you got to foul. You just have to foul. But Bruno is just so smart. He just has a great feel for what it needs. Yep. And, the top players decide games, Berber.
Exactly. Exactly what you said. The turn from Bruno is the key. Then asking for the ball from Zirkzee, showing confidence, going into the box. Now, does he meant it to do it like this? Probably yes, because sometimes you need an ugly touch to the ball to get an ugly goal, but important one. Here it is. I think he meant it. I think he meant it. Just take the ball.
I think there's also a shout-out for Marcus Rashford. I don't know whether we can play the first clip again, because that space that Zirkzee gets in the pocket is because Marcus Rashford ran in behind and stretched the back line to give him that. So I actually think, watching it back again, we see it in here now, obviously brilliant turn from Bruno. But I just want you to watch Rashford here now, sprinting away there, makes him drop those spaces in as well. I think at the top right, everyone's made the spaces open up for him and he has to take them, granted, and then McTominay here distracts him and he can jump in. So I actually think there's a lot of good play from Man United as a whole to give him that space as well. So I think overall it's an impressive goal.
And also knowing when to attack, because at this late stage of the game as well, sometimes teams get tired. You leave a lot of space for the opposition to attack, so you need to know exact moment where to strike as well. Overall, it was okay goal in my book.
Yeah.
Still plenty more to be wished from the whole team, but that's what he wanted, 3 points.
We can't score as pretty goals as you scored. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to get a
ugly goal.
You're hard to please, aren't you?
Well, he's saying okay in his book.
Go.
Let's take a little bit more of a technical look at the finish. And you're going to talk us through it as we check it out one more time. This is the Joshua Zirkzee goal, the technicalities of the finish.
Of hitting the ball, making the contact with the ball. Well, it's just, I think it just, I will touch the ball, hit the ball, and what happened. A bit afraid of the defender as well, because you can see his posture, position of the body, like it's going to hit me or no. I just put my foot there.
Oh, he's going to get smashed.
Yeah, exactly. But in the end of the day, I think it was enough contact to get the ball inside of the goal. And you see Ruud buzzing as well, because he wants to see the attacker doing well. And he's going to be telling them after the game, maybe tomorrow in the training session, what you did right, what you did wrong. That's what you want to see, smiles. all the way around.
Yeah, there'll be absolute Trafford got 3 points to start the season. There were moments, certainly in the build-up, which is exactly what Erik ten Hag would have wanted to see from his team.
You just have to find a way to win games. You know, Man United lost 14 games last season. 14 and finished 8th. That's crazy with that group of players and the money that they spent. So find a way. Look, today wasn't vintage, but it doesn't always have to be. You just got to find a way, be brave, especially at the end of the game. You know, be brave and play forward. That's why I love Bruno, because Bruno, whether you love him or not, he takes risks. He plays with risk to try and win games. And I just thought Bruno had a huge impact. And I think Ten Hag will be absolutely delighted at the fact they could win the game.
But Roy, what have you made of Manchester United's opening to this new season?
Well, first 20 minutes wasn't great. They're looking as if they were finding their feet and getting the timings right. But once they got a grip, and obviously they were gifted an opportunity by the goalkeeper, they had the 2 best chances. They looked comfortable in the last 20, 25 minutes. But with the quality of Bruno, you'd think he would have took one of them chances. But they would have been encouraged with the second half of the first half.
Yeah, he's had a couple of chances, Bruno, and not, as you say, been able to take either of them.
Yeah, this is crazy from Fulham. Obviously, they've played out a couple of times here. They gift goalkeeper with the pace and it wide. But with Bruno's quality, we know what he's trying to do with the outside of his foot, and he's obviously more than capable of doing it. But the keeper recovered well. But this is definitely the best move of the game. United, you're talking about how tight Fulham are defending. That's where you need the runners in behind. The pace of pass. And this is where they were just starting to get, they looked a bit sharper. Again, we have Fulham defenders here. Midfielders gambling when they don't need to be. Casemiro gets a little break where it comes back off the defender. Midfielder, Smith Rowe. And then you have Bruno, who's the timing is brilliant. We run it on here. Mount, lovely little touch. The pace of pass is brilliant. And Bruno, that's the one you'd think he would have scored. But Casemiro, beautiful timing. We saw him do this last week against Man City. Little 1-2s, quick play, and they look dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, the reason we showed that there was more from Fulham's point of view, and that I think Lukic and Pereira in that space in front of the back four. You think about Manchester United not playing with a striker, Roy. They haven't really been able to get on the ball, sort of Fernandes and Mount at times and run at the back four. But when Lukic jumps out of position, that creates the space there. It's Casemiro, but it could be a Mount, it could be Fernandes. And that's where the space comes from. We haven't quite seen that yet, sort of those two sort of false nines finding positions there, because Fulham have been so compact, so together as a team, and made it difficult for Manchester United.
But if Bruno had finished that, it would have been a great goal.
Yeah.
Lovely bit of movement.
So Manchester United have created a couple of chances of their own, but Adama Traore is really getting forward for Fulham without much at the end of it, Jamie, but he's still causing problems.
No, I mean, listen, we questioned sort of Casemiro in the past, but when you're up against Traore, you have to accept that he's going to run past you. Martinez probably could deal with it better, but listen, I've been there, it's really difficult. But the great thing what Martinez does, he learns from the first situation, but he doesn't dive in too early. A couple of times he goes to press, then he comes back and he just waits for exactly the right moment. And listen, brilliant defending. But you look at that, Roy, he just doesn't get enticed too early.
Exactly. He uses his intelligence. He got caught the first time, he learned from it. And when you're talking about a defending there, it's just about slowing him up and getting bodies back around. And obviously, he got the numbers, he got the support there, but he just uses his experience and his strength.
So 0-0 at half-time. Seconds before that, Gary.
I know. Changed it pretty quickly, yeah.
No, but it's the impact that he had and the difference that he made to Manchester United, and particularly in the absence of Rasmus Højlund, to be able to have an outright goal scorer.
He's a good size, that's number one, and he obviously can link play, dropped in. He didn't really get involved in the game too much, but United so many times, particularly in that first half, they had the ball in wide areas and couldn't get anybody's into the box. At least he got into the box.
And Erik ten Hag joins us now. Erik, thank you very much for coming back to talk to us. Congratulations on the victory. We were just talking there about the impact that Joshua Zirkzee can have, and Zirkzee and the impact that he can have in this team.
Subs always very important, and yeah, it was good to see first game that you bring a sub and he scores the winning. So that's I think very good for the team process, for the spirit in the group, and then everyone sees how important subs are and that they have to be ready.
I know the guys will probably want to come back on that in a second, but just overall, how do you see that game as the opening game of the season, with the injuries that you've had coming into it, and the players still recovering really from the Euros?
Yes, and you know, against Fulham is always a difficult game. They are very good on the ball, but I think we defended, especially we pressed very well. After, I think, 10-12 minutes, we found our spell in the game, and we kept them under pressure, and they had, I think, a lot of trouble. They didn't came out of the pressure, which was good, and we created a lot of chances, I think, and we should have scored earlier. So that's the only criticism I have on the team. Kill in the box.
Eric, last season, obviously, there was problems changing the defence all the time. You've changed the defence again quite a few times tonight. But how important was a clean sheet?
It's always very important. And we know we had 2 seasons ago, we had the most clean sheets in the Premier League. And I know when we have our consistent back four, then we will defend properly. It's so important to have a high line so that the midfielders can go forward and we get the jumps from the midfielders and the wingers. If you don't have a consistent back four, no patterns, no routines, then the gaps will come.
And Mazraoui, you must have been really happy with him.
Yeah, so I know him like this. And he's a great defender. But as I said before the game, also very composed on the ball, attacking. He's not in full condition in this moment. When he gets 100% fitness, he can do much more. But I'm very pleased with his performance. He kept for 70, 75 minutes. And now he has to build his fitness.
Eric, I want to go back to Zirkzee, who come on. He obviously got the goal. The fans will be delighted. But I looked at him when he was at Bologna and looked at some of his stats. He had more touches than any striker in Serie A. Is what we saw tonight. He's not just a goal scorer. He actually gets involved in the build-up as well. We saw passages of play where he was involved tonight on the ball.
Yes, but scoring for a striker is important. And he should be there where he was to finish, to kill. But yeah, he has more qualities. So he has to get the right balance. And we have to work with him. I think that is one of the things I spoke with him about. That he has to be a rifles in the box and to get his finishes. But of course we want him to link up. Therefore also for that attribute we bought him. And he has great qualities to make that link up play. And we have some great midfielders around him who we can make combinations so we can take control of the game.
Sorry, well, I thought you were coming in there.
I'm just listening, Kevin.
He's not asking today, Noxing.
He's just here for the information. He's just
a good
soaking
vibe
up,
going on. I'm just
soaking
chilling
up
out.
the information.
You don't want to spoil the vibe. No. Hey.
Not tonight. Not
Okay,
tonight. Next week.
Yeah.
Next week.
I know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll be waiting.
Oh no, it will always come.
Just keep winning. It's easy. Just keep winning.
Oh, yeah,
no
it's
problem.
It's so simple.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But the vibes are created by the victory. They're created by that late winner, and so it's a great way to start the season. It's the 8th time Manchester United have won their opening game of the season in the last 10 seasons. So it's a good platform to build on.
Yeah, it's just first game, and but it's good to strengthen the belief, the confidence in the team, but it's not only the win, but also the performance is okay. And I have seen many spaces where we can and where we have to improve, but that's normal. First game of the season.
Yeah, but it's a happy dressing room, isn't it? It's nice. It's a happy dressing room.
Yeah, very.
When you win, for the new players to get that belief and confidence.
Yeah, sure. And I see some nice debut. Yeah, you mentioned Zirkzee, you mentioned Mazraoui, but also I think the others who came in, De Ligt, Johnny Evans and Scott McTominay, they all contributed to this win.
Was Harry Maguire injured, Eric, when you brought him off?
Not injured, but I had to bring him off because he had a problem.
Okay.
Before he gets injured, so precaution.
Okay.
Yeah, safety first with a long season ahead.
That is maybe, the win is very important, of course, but I'm so happy, no injuries today.
Yeah. So a double bonus.
Yeah.
Eric, thank you so much for joining us. Good to talk to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Right, thank you. And I wait for you.
I can thank you. Thanks.
He thinks you're going to go for him. He's got you all wrong.
I'm always nice to him.